Okay, so I don't need drugs to get high because my mind just goes into random. My imagination just runs wild sometimes. I was just thinking while I was rewatching the last video that I just shot that, you know, 911 is outdated and they don't FaceTime. And I was like, how much would that help if you could FaceTime? Not if you could FaceTime them so they could see what you're seeing as you're talking to them. But even better than that, what if phones, like in the future, they had 360 capabilities? Like every iPhone had 360. All phones just came with 360 view. So when you call on them, they could see what you're seeing and all around you, and you don't have to describe anything. But what if, because I think the future is wearable tech, like Vision Pro. What if Vision Pros also had 360, where they have cameras on the back and the front, and you could call emergency services. You could show them, hey, look, man, there's Siri, call 911. Calls it. It shows, yeah, I'm calling about this car accident, and then the operator's like, yeah, I see that car accident. Oh, I can see this, it sees everything around them, that so they know you're not BSing. Gives them a whole, visual of why you calling them, and also they can relay that call to the responding officers too. If it's depending on what it is, like if it's a domestic call, a violence or something, hey, these people are fighting or something, and the police can see them, and when you transfer the call, and they can keep an eye visual on them. And that way, when they come on scene, they already know who the aggressor is, or whatnot. I think that might be the future. Actually, I just saw this. I wanted to show how cool Vision Pro is, so I just clicked on this random video. Let me see what it has. Okay, so this is just oh, cool. Yeah, I just love how it watches all these screens. I think that might be the future of law enforcement. Imagine like a 911 operator just having all these screens, and every time you get a call, you get to see everything. This is freaking amazing. This is gonna be the future. Yeah, obviously it's too expensive now, but as it gets cheaper, and like I said, once law enforcement starts using it, I don't know, little by little, not just law enforcement, even the military could use stuff like this. So you're not stuck in the fog of war, because that's how a big problem in fighting. It's that we're not all on the same page, because communication gets it takes a while for communication to get passed from person to person, and we're not all on the same page. This will help people get all on the same page. This 360 FaceTiming of everyone all around you. I don't know, just a crazy thought that just came in my head. That on top of what I made on my last video about AI, where you could anytime AI facial recognition / PID, like positive ID of anyone and everyone. As soon as you see them, you know who you're talking to. I'm almost even thinking technology would be like like freaking, almost like a freaking, like I don't know, like a Terminator, or just you scan a person, and you know that you could sense their heartbeat. Like it has like super tiny microphones, and as you're talking to a person, not you're scanning their voice, your their heart movement, their sweat. You're basically becoming like a walk-in lie detector. So anytime like you're doing a job interview or something, first of all your information is already on my screen, so I already know everything about you. And then if you lie to me, it'll flash, oh, this lie, whatever. Oh man, that's my vision of the future, a future where we cannot lie, we cannot hide our identity. And this is not the government doing this. This is just private enterprise. And why not? It's what I know it sounds scary, but at the same time, I mean that it's great in a way too, man. Nobody could a world where people don't lie, or if you lie, you're gonna get caught. A world where you cannot hide your identity when you're out in public, because technology just spots you. This might lead to private cities, like cities where technology is not this technology is not allowed, like no cameras or stuff. That could be a possibility, where people just don't want to their information out in public, which mainly like criminals, because let's say like you have like a lengthy criminal history, or you're ashamed of a lot of things, like I don't know, maybe you're like a viral Karen, and so every time somebody talks to you, it shows them your information. It shows them, oh, you're that crazy Karen, and so you're always embarrassed everywhere you go. So you're like, I want to move somewhere where nobody knows who I am. I don't know, my mind just goes into weird things. But yeah, because I was just thinking, like, again, that 360 camera, like we have that with they're already 360 cameras, but you see cars that have 360 cameras, and obviously they're just little cameras everywhere, and it gives you like a 360 view. But we can almost do that, like I said, with newer phones. Cameras are just becoming smaller and smaller. Put cameras all around, like the iPhone, so you could just put the phone down, and when you make a call, it just shows the whole room. And again, if you were to call law enforcement, they have a 360 view of the call, so they know what everything's going around you. They have a visual, and it just gives them eyes and helps them out. But this is just crazy talk of like way down in the future. But how come just technology that we do have, like FaceTime, how come we just don't FaceTime 911 nowadays? Wouldn't that be easier? And how come we don't have like a way to transfer a FaceTime call to responding officer? So because that's always a problem that we have, that it gets lost in the message. A person calls dispatch or 911, and then that call gets sent somewhere else, and just the details get lost in the transmission. That when the responding officer shows up, they're playing a telephone game, a literal telephone game. But this way, the call can get transferred, maybe in a group chat or something, and everyone's on the same page. Everyone's maybe on FaceTime, and yeah. And again, this is stuff that already exists, so I don't even know why it's not even implemented. We're still, like I said, 911 still, they probably still got landlines. They're probably the only ones with landlines. Yeah, so I was just thinking of all this just because, again, today's theme was about talking about mass shootings and technology and ways to prevent crime. Yeah. Mm. And it's like 1 a.m. No, it's actually like 3 a.m. It's 3 a.m. and I'm running on fumes, and my mind's just going all over the place of of where we are going with tech. I think this is where we're going with 360 cameras. All right, no more crazy ideas for now. When I do get them, you'll know about them.